Good afternoon. This is Okongwu Memorial Grammar School, Nnewi. I was in this school from 1973, January to September of 1977. Essentially from Form 1 to Form 5. This was where I took my West African examination, passed, and went into the University of Nigeria. This building behind me, it's new from the perspective that it wasn't here when we were in school here. But going back to looking at that building, that was the building we had used essentially as our chapel. We congregated here every morning, prayed to God, and then went to classes, and then every evening came here also and congregated and prayed to God. That building that you see there originally doubled as a hostel. But when I first got into this place, it was essentially the dining hall that we used to go to. They still look very familiar because not much has changed about them. What you see there is a set of, platforms or dais. We used to gather around this square that we call Founders Square. Most mornings, line up, then the principal will be standing on the topmost part of the desk and address us, and eventually we will go to our classes. What you see there are the various buildings that doubled as classes for us, and so on and so forth. This school is near and dear to my heart because it gave me my first beginning. It was the school that gave me the springboard with which I believe I got to wherever I think I find myself to this day. So I always feel very indebted to this school. Every time I visit this country, I find myself coming back and taking a look at what is going on here. It's December 29th, 2016, and I'm hoping that most of the old boys of this school will come together someday and try to do much more for this school than just look away from a distance. And I understand that there are some old boys that have started actually doing a couple of things, but hopefully we can bring ourselves together and do a little more. Thank you. Now I see a foundation for new building, probably a bungalow. I also see one of the new structures that was erected, I believe, by an old boy of the school. These guys, you can see a slew of new structures. My understanding is that all these projects were undertaken single-handedly by individuals who went through this school, came back and felt like they wanted to give to the school that gave them the foundation that put them wherever they are today. This is another new building, but I think that was jointly sponsored by the Anambra State. That used to be a kitchen, I believe, many years ago. This Okoye house, probably named after the former principal C.C. Okoye, the beloved C.C. Okoye. This one, I believe, is a set of restrooms, and then of course water storage tanks for water coming from the new boreholes that were put together. This chemistry lab, this building, means a lot to me. That's where I took, and most of us took, West African School certificate examination, chemistry. Finally, what you see there